The push to ban the shark fin trade here in Florida and across the country is intensifying.
Today, shark conservationists are a big step closer to that reality and the chance to slow the decimation of these misunderstood predators who are vital to healthy oceans.
We're in a last-ditch effort for the preservation of the controlling factor of our oceans.
Sharks are worth more alive than dead.
The war on sharks needs to be ended.
The battle lines for the future of the global shark population are being drawn here in Florida. Shark researchers and conservationists are fighting for the survival of the species while also fighting the perceptions.
I feel that it's easy to portray them as an evil killer and a brainless animal with teeth, when really they're very intelligent.
So if we can change people's perceptions, we can change the conservation status of sharks.
While much of the public conversation centers on the threats sharks pose, little is on the threats they face. Nearly 1/4 of shark species are threatened with extinction.
About 75 to 100 million sharks are killed globally every year.
The United States is the 7th worst country in the world for killing sharks, and Florida is the worst state in the nation. In Florida, we kill 1.5 million sharks per year. Of that, 900,000 are from the commercial shark fishery.
Jim Abernethy is a Palm Beach native and shark expert. He's been diving with sharks for 50 years.
90% of all the large sharks worldwide have already been removed.
The population decimation is staggering, and it can have unintended consequences for the ecosystem.
So sharks have been around for 400 million years. That's longer than dinosaurs, that's even longer than trees. Essentially, they have shaped the oceans. You can think of them as the white blood cells. They eliminate any of the diseased, dying, or dead. If you were to take those apex predators out, the equilibrium of these ecosystems would collapse.
We need sharks to maintain healthy fish populations. Everything is a balance, the ecosystem is a balance, and once you take that top predator out of the ecosystem, you throw off the balance in the ocean.
Warming seas, ocean acidification, and habitat degradation due to a changing climate are all contributing to the sharp decline. So too is overfishing and its most gruesome practice.
The largest threat, I would say, is fishing for the shark fin trade.
So the shark fin trade is a global market for shark fins that are being distributed throughout the world. It's an incredible threat to these animals. A lot of them are being caught in open water on the high seas where there is little regulation.
A warning, some of these images are disturbing.
The shark finning practice is extremely cruel and inhumane. It's usually done where the shark is caught, the fins are cut off of his body while they're still alive and dumped back in the ocean.
Their body is really just left to sink, where eventually they'll bleed out or they'll slowly suffocate.
Shark finning is illegal in United States waters, but not on Florida's shores. Fishermen can cut the fins from sharks when they return to port. Those fins can then be sold in the global market. And Miami has been the hub of the trade here in the U.S. for the last 4 years.
We don't want to be part of the problem that's taking all the fins like they are presently from Ecuador and Costa Rica that come through Miami in order to go to Asia where the demand is. The value of the fin is worth so much that this shark fin trade is very comparable to the ivory trade, where they kill the elephant just for the ivory, or the rhinoceros horn trade.
The fins are used to make shark fin soup, a delicacy and a status symbol in many areas of Asia.
Within the fins of a shark, they have these rays, they're called fin rays, that go up into the dorsal fin of the animal, and those fin rays are almost like noodles. It's colorless, odorless, practically tasteless.
73 million sharks end up in the shark fin trade each year, and they are being killed at a rate much faster than they can reproduce.
They're big animals, they reproduce, like mammals do.
They're very late to reach maturity where they can have young, and then they have very few young.
And now, the fight to save them has reached Congress.
So Oceana is working on the Shark Fin Trade Elimination Act, and the Shark Fin Trade Elimination Act would be a ban on the sale and trade of shark fins in the United States.
That bill passed the House of Representatives in November with broad bipartisan support, and now the companion bill heads to the Senate.
We're very hopeful that it will pass this year, and we're really working on a lot of public support on this campaign because 8 out of 10 Americans support a ban on the sale and trade of fins.
Meanwhile, other conservation groups are trying to pass a ban at the state level as well.
Right now, Shark Allies is advocating for a bill to ban the fin trade in Florida. So it would basically ban the sale, trade, and possession.
Shark finning is already banned in 12 states, and Canada just outlawed the practice, the first G20 country to do so. Not everyone is embracing these proposals. Commercial fishermen licensed to catch sharks have concern it takes away a source of income.
We're not trying to take away their livelihood or stop commercial fishing in any way. We're just really focusing on the fin trade.
If you don't have sustainable ecosystems in the ocean, you're not going to have a healthy ocean and you're not going to have fish to be fished once that comes around.
The economics appear to be stacked in the corner of conservationists. Shark ecotourism is booming and dwarfs the market for shark fins in the state.
Oceana commissioned an independent study and they found that $377 million was brought into Florida's economy in 1 year, whereas fins being exported from the state was only $1 million. So there's really no comparison on the diving versus the fin trade here in Florida.
It's a no-brainer. We all benefit by having more sharks.
And the private sector may be joining the fight. Greg Cook is the general manager of the Ritz-Carlton in Fort Lauderdale. He teamed with the University of Miami and the Discovery Channel for Shark Week.
We walked through the markets of Hong Kong, and to see the amount of shark fins literally stacked up 10, 15 feet high in storefronts for people to make shark fin soup really, kind of hit us. And that's why we need to have more awareness around the sharks and again, in what's happening to them worldwide, and protect them.
Even if the ban passes at either level, it still doesn't address the global market problem.
The benefit of this bill would be that we are not putting into the market, in theory, driving down demand for these products.
International groups are tackling those by using celebrities like former NBA player Yao Ming and actor Jackie Chan in public service announcements advocating against the shark fin trade.
Remember, when the buying stops, the killing can too.
The success of the House bill has conservationists hopeful. They also have more than 35 co-sponsors in the Senate. To them, the cost of doing nothing is a future none of us can afford.
If we don't start taking action soon, the ecosystems in the oceans will collapse.
We need healthy oceans. It is quite simply the heart of our planet. When it dies, we all die.
Conservationists in Florida are doubling down on their efforts here, but they have yet to convince Florida senators to sign on.
Senator Rubio has co-sponsored his own bill that allows the shark fin trade to continue, but only if it uses sustainable fishing practices. A Senate vote has not yet been scheduled.